How are we going to sustain healthy food in the future?
Welcome to Nelson and Pade Incorporated. I'm Rebecca Nelson.
And I'm John Pade, and together we have developed a sustainable food production system to help feed the world, both now and in the future.
We achieve this with our patented closed-loop aquaponic systems, which use 1/10 of the water of traditional agriculture while growing an abundance of fresh food in a controlled environment. Let me explain the process. In aquaponics, we raise fish in tanks, and we feed the fish a high-quality diet so they grow and are healthy. The clear, nutrient-rich water in the system is generated in these biological filter tanks. From here, the water flows by gravity out to our plant tanks. The plants are floating on the surface of the water in those tanks with the roots dangling below to draw out the nutrients, the dissolved oxygen in the water that they need. That cleaned water flows back to the fish tanks, and that cycle continues 24 hours a day. The additional stage of filtration we have is our ZDEP, Zero Discharge Extra Production Filter, which increases the amount of plants we can grow and eliminates any waste stream from the systems. In aquaponics, we typically grow in a controlled environment so we can control temperature, humidity, and light levels. As part of our biosecurity program, we start all of our plants from seeds, and using the methods and materials that we do, we get germination of a lettuce seed in 24 hours, the first green leaves in 48 hours. Those seedlings stay here on the germination table for about 10 days, and then they're transplanted into our plant nursery. The seedlings that were started in our germination table are transplanted to the plant nursery after about 10 days. They stay here for an additional 12 days before they're moved into their final location in the raft tanks. We utilize the surface of the water for the plants to float on, with the large harvestable lettuce on the far end and the new transplants on this end. So essentially, we're using the water like a conveyor belt, pushing the rafts ahead every single day. The transplants being set out here will be mature lettuce ready to harvest in 18 days on the other end of the raft. This gives us continuous food production 365 days a year from our aquaponic systems. Hey, John. Food safety is a very important part of all types of agriculture, including aquaponics. Fish are cold-blooded, which means they don't naturally harbor the same pathogens as warm-blooded animals. Inherently, aquaponics is a safe food production system.
Yeah, this beautiful produce uses an all-natural process without the use of any chemical fertilizers, herbicides, or pesticides.
And let's lift it. We start our fish in a separate nursery system, so the little fish can grow up to the size we stock them into the main fish tanks. 50 grams, about a 2-inch fish, is our typical stocking size, and we do this sequentially as well, so we have regular harvest of fish. Every time we harvest a tank full of fish, we've got fish ready to go in there to restock. One of our daily operations is water testing, so we can be sure we have quality water for our fish, as well as the nutrients that we need for our plants. And we precisely weigh the fish food going into each tank based on the size and number of fish in that tank. Our controlled environment is fully automated with a controller that adjusts temperature, humidity, and all of the environmental factors. And we have a monitoring system that will let us know if any factor is outside of set parameters. Now we're in our biosecure entryway, which includes double doors and insect screening to keep pest insects out of the greenhouse. It's all part of our food safety and good agricultural practices programs. I also want to point out that our company has a partnership with the University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. And this unique public-private partnership allows us together to offer new educational opportunities as well as new and innovative research that's helping us grow the aquaponics industry. Let's continue to the classroom.
Hi, John. Can you tell me about the clear flow aquaponics system and what makes it so unique?
The amount of food we grow with the systems is so much more than the average aquaponic systems. I mean, the Nelson and Pade designs are so unique that we hold several U.S. patents on them. And in talking about learning, I'd like to tell you about our aquaponics master classes. It's a 3-day comprehensive course that provides the information that is important to people so that they can succeed in aquaponics. We've had people from 85 countries, spanning 5 continents, in all 50 states attend these master classes. And I'd actually like for you to hear from some of them now.
Hello, my name is Emily. I'm a student at the University of Wisconsin-Madison studying biology, and I have an interest in a career in environmental sustainability. At one point in my college career, I was convinced by a professor that if I wanted to make a real difference quickly in addressing environmental concerns, that I would look to business. And shortly after that is when I was introduced to Nelson and Pade, who offer a product that can provide safe, local, sustainable foods for growing urban populations.
Hi, I'm Sonia Kendrick, and I'm the founding farmer of Feed Iowa First. We're a nonprofit organization in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and we grow vegetables and we give them to food banks and food pantries and Meals on Wheels. And Nelson and Pade has helped us to purchase a aquaponics system, and they've donated quite a bit to help us learn how to operate it. And we are going to take it back to Cedar Rapids and grow fresh vegetables for Meals on Wheels year-round.
Hi, I'm Kelton Gray.
I'm Johnny Martins. We're from Primal Gardens in Seminole, Texas. We're here at Nelson and Pade, learning about their aquaponics system. In our greenhouse, we're planning on growing lettuce, kale, leafy greens, and
Tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, anything that grows good in a media bed.
right now our greenhouse is sitting on 1.5 acres, but we're planning on expanding to about 18 acres, which would make us the biggest aquaponics system in the United States, which fits, because in Texas we have a saying, you go big or you go home.
Every single day of the week, vegetables come out of our aquaponics system. We package them for distribution within our community. Schools, restaurants, grocery stores, and hospitals all receive the fresh food that we grow. We also harvest the fish on a regular basis, providing protein to our community. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of Nelson and Pade Incorporated in Montello, Wisconsin.
And I hope you'll join us in our effort of food security for all nations. Come visit us at our website at aquaponics.com or just give us a call